For WTSA News and for Brattleboro Community Television on this Friday, February 24th, my name is Ian Kelly, and these are the stories we're following at this hour. Brattleboro's Representative Town Meeting Finance Committee says evaluating the choices for emergency medical service will be a tough process. According to the report available on brattleboro.org, whether the Select Board decides to acquire services from a third party or establish a town-provided program, the process will require a whole series of decisions, each of which will have revenue and expenditure implications. The committee says it's also divided about the police department budget, as some committee members recommended decreasing the fiscal year 24 police budget to match the actual number of officers on staff, plus more realistic estimates of overtime and new hires. The questions will be decided at the town's March 25th representative meeting. 13 new COVID-19 deaths in New Hampshire this past week. The State Department of Health and Human Services says there were 860 newly diagnosed cases of the virus and 20 newly related hospitalizations. Governor Scott is calling on the legislature to take the maximum advantage possible to leverage federal funds in the proposed state budget. The governor says our economists predict the significant revenue windfalls that resulted from federal pandemic aid to start tapering off, so it's imperative we reserve this funding now, guaranteeing we have access to critical funds that will support hundreds of communities and benefit hundreds of thousands of Vermonters. The State Agency of Transportation says the matching funds would support over 200 projects. More progress at the Interstate 91 Route 121 bridge in Westminster. Next week, crews will be tying reinforcing steel and installing formwork on the southbound Pier Cap 3. Concrete for the new cap is tentatively scheduled to be poured on Thursday, March 2nd, weather dependent. Vermont's Progressive Party is upset with a proposed change in state election laws. A bill under review by the House Government Operations Committee seeks a ban on candidates running under more than one political banner and prohibiting access to the general election ballot by candidates who lose a primary. The State Progressive Party says ranked choice voting, which allows voters to list the candidates in order of preference, would make the system fairer. WTSA Sports, quite the game in Indiana last night. Jason Tatum scoring 31 points, including the final 4 points in overtime. The Celtics hang on to beat the Pacers 142-138. Boston visits Philadelphia on Saturday. Tip-off against the Sixers is at 8:30. Patrice Bergeron had a goal and an assist. The Bruins hang on to beat a tough Seattle Kraken team out on the West Coast last night, 6-5. Next up for Boston, they visit Vancouver on Saturday. Puck drops at 7 p.m. And locally, has heard on 99.5 The Beast last night. And boys high school basketball action, Brattleboro beat Woodstock 52-38. For WTSA News and for Brattleboro Community Television on this Friday, February 24th, have a safe and tremendous weekend, everybody. My name is Ian Kelly.